What is up, ACL Nation? We are less than 2 weeks away from the 2019 ACL World Championships. I am super fired up for this week's episode. We have ACL Pro Damon Dennis. We're going to chat with him about his season as well as hype up those World Championships. I can't wait for it. This is the ACL Throwdown. Yes, Damon Dennis, Double D, going to be on the show this week to talk about his season and to talk about the championships. But first, my hashtag Trey's Takes. 2 weeks away. If you guys have been paying attention, you know what time that is. It's time for me to give my preview of the 2019 ACL World Championships. And it is going to be so difficult to give this preview. It's going to be the greatest event in the ACL history, the biggest event, the biggest payout, the most broadcasts we've ever had, the most airtime. I mean, just every superlative that you can think of, the ACL World Championships are going to deliver that. But today, I really want to take an opportunity to go through a lot of the events to highlight who I think are some featured teams that I'm really looking forward to seeing, and just to talk a little bit about how pumped up I am for these championships. So I got a list of all these different events here. I don't have time to go through all of them, but I just want to hit on a few of them and talk a little bit about some of the players and some of the teams that I may be really interested to see if they can either make that next step or if they can continue some form of dominance that I've seen throughout the year. Let's start with college singles. This is an event that hasn't gotten a lot of tread this year, hasn't got a lot of backing this year, but I really want to take some time and address college singles. They're at the halfway point through the college season. Obviously, in December, we'll have the National College Cornhole Championship, which will be incredible. Some players that I'm looking here in college singles, guys like Anthony Kissel, Zach Owings, and Hunter Yacklin, all three competitors competed at the National College Cornhole Championship back in last December and had moments of greatness. Obviously, Hunter Yacklin's came in the Pro College Invitational playing with Harley Culpepper. Anthony Kissel's came in the finals of that Pro College Invitational, and Zach Owings as well. All three of them having some big moments there through lights out. So those three I'm looking to see if they can really perform in that division. Another one I'm looking at is senior doubles. So senior doubles, are we going to see another championship win by Damon Dennis and Philip Hayden? They've won it now 2 straight years, might even be 3 straight years. They're an incredible run when it gets down there to the championships. Or will it go to someone like Alan Rockwell and Bob Vaunch, who are coming off some big finishes, a national win earlier this season at the Cornhole Mania? Who knows? Will they come to play? Will Chucky Love and Ken Schaaf come to play? They had one big appearance earlier in the year. Tough to say. Senior doubles will be an entertaining one. Another one, junior singles. One player that I'm looking at in particular, Justin Stranger. Justin Stranger has been on a tear recently, playing a true junior season all the way through, having a big finish at the final chase with ACL Pro Eli Stevens in advanced doubles, making it all the way to the semifinals of their bracket. An incredible performance there, sporting that glove. He has been unbelievable. So I'm looking to see if he can continue that through these championships. And honestly, I consider him the favorite to take down junior singles. So let's see if he can do that. Of course, we'll have our mixed doubles division. This is one I'll say a little more on here, but it's going to be one of my favorites of the weekend. And the reason I love mixed doubles, it's because it's an opportunity for people, a male and female, to play together that may have not been playing together all year. Looking through some of the lineups, you have Scott Lane and Rosie Streaker. That's going to be an interesting matchup. Two players from Florida at the top of their game. Both of them have national wins under their belt already this season. That's going to be a tough team. You have teams like Cheyenne Renner and Tanner Halbert, also from Florida. I think that's going to be a tough team. Of course, the defending champions and runner-ups, you're going to have Adam Hissner and Christine Papke looking to defend their title. They were able to outlast Derek King and Courtney Coy. Both of those teams I expect to be right at the finals again this year. They have been on a tear. I looked it up. Those four individual players, Adam Hissner, Christine Papke, Derek King, and Courtney Coy, have combined for 21 ESPN Network appearances this year. 21. That is nasty. Absolutely nasty. You have other teams like Cody Henderson and Taran Skojek. Sorry if I screw up that last name. You have Jay Corley, Cameron Belvin. You just have a lot of incredible pairings there. I can't wait to see how they play out. So mixed doubles is going to be a lot of fun. Of course, we cannot forget about our Devour Man of the Year competition. We're down to our final 16. They're going to be battling it out to see who's going to be crowned Devour Man of the Year and take home $10,000, winner take all. Derek King comes in as a hot player. I have him in the finals of my bracket on one side. On the other side, I had Matt Morton. John Kitchen eliminated him, so maybe John Kitchen goes on a big run after that big first-round performance. You also have James Baldwin, Matt Sorrells, and a variety of other players looking to make a name for themselves. Matt Sorrells and James Baldwin, if those two meet in their bracket quadrant, I think that has the potential to be the match of the tournament, so watch out for that one. Some other tournaments I'm looking forward to, advanced doubles and obviously pro doubles. One player that I'm looking at individually is Mr. Jay Rubin. He's been on a tear recently. He wins advanced doubles at the Bag Brawl. He wins advanced doubles at the Bag Brawl in Arizona with Chris Novi. He then turns around at the final chase and comes in second place. Comes up just a little bit short playing with Devin Harbaugh. Then travels out to a cash tournament in California, wins that one again. So he's on a roll with doubles. It just seems like no matter who he plays with in doubles, he's taking home a W. And really, Dave Sutton and Isidro Herrera have both had big doubles finishes throughout the year. So I'm looking for them to continue their doubles hot streak, especially coming off their big but yet quiet win at the final chase in Connecticut. So advanced doubles, I'm looking forward to that. Also a chance to see some non-pros like Brett and Matt Guy. They don't have a signature win yet this year, so I'm looking to see if Matt and Brett can really bring the heat in the championships. Another one I want to look at is women's doubles. So I'm super fired up to see, the interaction between Christine Papke and Stacia Pugh versus the field. They had a chance at that Grand Slam and just came up a little bit short. Kudos to Rosie Streaker and Sam Finley for taking them down. But you also can't forget about women's doubles teams like Courtney Coy and Harley Culpepper, Carrie Mittermiller, and Brittany Emge. All of these different players going to be coming together in that women's doubles division, and I really think it may come down to who gets the better draw in the tournament that makes it to the finals. And will Christine Papke and Stacia Pugh finish their season strong after the little bit of a stumble at the end of the year? Who knows? Three more I got for you guys. Next one is pro doubles. I'm really looking to see who's going to finish this year strong. I know there are certain players that aren't going to be playing with their normal partners. That's going to add an element of, an interesting element, if you will, to the end of this year. Greg Geary and Lester Price are a team that anytime the lights come on, I know they're going to perform well. They struggled a little bit in Connecticut. I think a little bit of a time off from not going to the Arizona National played a part in that. I see if they can rebound there. Will the number one ranked team, my guest today, Damon Dennis and Philip Hayden, will they defend that number one spot well? Will they take home a big signature victory and win the first ever pro doubles division? Will Jimmy McGuffin's airmails be beatable? Will Scott Lane and Frank Maudlin put it all together and finish strong for a win? So many question marks going into pro doubles. I can't wait to see how that plays out. Last two events, I got advanced singles. I'm looking at really two players in particular because when I look across the season and I look at certain points where players were just absolutely dominant, I'm looking at two in particular. One of those being Ryan Windsor earlier in the year, and then James Baldwin recently towards the end of the season. Those two, I watched them at certain points, especially Ryan Windsor at the Cornhole Mania and James Baldwin at the Final Chase. And when I watched them play, I said to myself, I don't think they can lose right now. I don't think it's possible. That's how well that they were throwing, executing every shot imaginable. So if we somehow get a matchup between those two, I can't wait to watch it because those two have been absolutely on fire. Last event I want to talk about and preview just a little bit, of course, the WCO World Cup. This was my favorite event from last season. This 16-person team, every conference being pitted against one another. It brought the most energy, the celebrations that we had, the team atmosphere. It was just incredible, and I loved it, and I can't wait to do it again this season. It's going to be so hard for for other teams to take down that Atlantic division, stacked from top to bottom. Last week I previewed kind of each individual team. I'm looking for them. And then I'm looking for which team is going to surprise people. Will it be the Great Lakes Conference? I've doubted them all year. I know they're hungry. I know they're ready to come for blood, and they're ready to come after me. I can't wait to see if they're going to do it. Maybe, who knows, maybe the Carolina Conference does it with some top-heavy wins. The Southeast Conference, even though their roster's a little bit shrunk, maybe they put together a big performance. They take down the victory. Maybe the Mideast is just able to outplay the Atlantic Conference and take down that top spot. No matter what happens, the 2019 ACL World Championships are going to be incredible. I can't wait to watch them with you. I can't wait to host them for you guys and talk about them and experience it with you all. It'll be the fourth championship event for the ACL, and we all know the best is yet to come. So thank you guys, and I can't wait for it. That's going to do it for my preview. Let's chat with ACL Pro Damon Dennis and get his take on his season as well as his take on the upcoming ACL World Championships.
ACL Pro and newfound celebrity on the internet, Mr. Damon Dennis. Damon, thank you for taking some time to chat with me this week here on the ACL Throwdown. I'm going to jump right into it, Damon. You have had a super successful season, at least in my eyes. We'll get in a second to see if you agree with me. Going all the way back to your big win at the Cornhole Mania in Pro Doubles with Philip Hayden. Damon, how would you evaluate your season so far? How would you think? How have you played up to your standards?
Well, of course, Trey, I'd like to thank you, you and the ACL crew for all that you've done for the game. And, I know y'all devote a lot of time and you get a little credit for it a lot of times, but we do appreciate it as players. Just like to take time and say, from me and Philip, we really appreciate all you do. And get to the question, my season, if I had to say that it would go in this direction at the first of the year, I would I would say that it's been better than expected. I may not be performing as well as I thought I would in some of the singles matches, but the doubles has come alive, and I'm happy where it's all at. Just to be honest with you, I'm well satisfied, more than I expected at this time.
Absolutely. I mean, you and Philip Hayden sitting at number 1 in pro double standings right now. Obviously, a lot to be pleased with there. I started the call kind of calling you a celebrity now, but back at the final chase, you had that shot where we call it the and one. You threw the bag, knocked Scott Phillips' bag off the board and went in the hole. It's gone viral on all types of social media. I gotta say, is that a shot that you practice often? Is that something that you're used to doing, or is that just kind of, I'm going to try this and see what happens kind of shot?
Well, of course, we've all done that shot. I've probably done it by accident the first time or two I did it. I've had it done to me. James Baldwin last year, he done it to me in a game that I really wanted to win, but he didn't let me do so. By doing that shot, it helped him win that game. And other players like Matt Guy and Easy and all of them happened to do it down to me playing them, and I knew that the shot was there if I could hit it. And to say that I expected to hit it, well, that might be a little bit of a stretch. I knew if I could get it just enough at the back of the hole that I had a shot at it. And it just seemed to work out. Yeah, I have practiced it a little, but it's not something I just stand around and practice. Philip Hayden is actually probably better at that shot than I am, and he would tell you different, but I'm telling you the truth, that he is, his bag goes in a lower angle than mine does, and it tends to knock more bags off than mine will.
Well, Philip may or may not be better at it, but I tell you what, you did it on the big stage, and you brought a lot of publicity and a lot of buzz to the sport. So we do thank you for that. You mentioned your partnership with Philip Hayden. You tell him the shots that he does well. What's it like playing with Philip? What's it like having him across the boards when you're playing?
Well, when me and Philip got together, we play quite a bit different style of play, and we seen straight away that we would have to just be good with how the other one plays. I mean, and I'm perfectly good the way Philip plays. I mean, he's a momentum pitcher in a sense, and the bags just barely settle before he's letting that thing fly with the next one, and I'm good with that. So I don't even intervene in his pitching, or I try not to, unless he stops and looks at me and asks. Other than that, and he's never blamed me for being too aggressive, although there's been times that I probably have been. So I've got the freedom to, I guess, to either blow a game wide open or win it or lose it. I've got the freedom to do that, and he's never complained about it. And that makes a good working relationship. And when I played with a lot of guys down through the years, not saying that the ACO pros do this, because I don't think that any of them does, but when people are becoming partners, I played with a lot of guys, you bend over to pick the bags up. The other one's mumbling, blah, 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 why'd he do that, And that's not good. And we make a practice to never criticize each other. Even though it may cost the game, I'm not going to criticize him. And if I cost the game, he doesn't criticize me. So it's a good working relationship. And it reduces the amount of pressure on you when you are shooting the bigger shots.
Well, whatever you guys are doing, and it sounds like the strategy you've employed of the non-criticism is working. I mean, you guys sitting at number one, like I said, number one in the country right now in pro doubles, having yourself an incredible year as teammates. So kudos to you and kudos to the relationship that you guys have developed with one another. And that kind of leads me perfectly into, the last real question that I have. You guys have set yourselves up for an incredible season, and really all that's left is to finish it. And so when we look at the championships coming up here in August, we're going to travel up to Pennsylvania. There's going to be a ton of players there, the best in the country competing. What are you looking to accomplish, not only as a singles player, but as a doubles player as well, competing with your partner, Phil Payton?
Well, like everybody, we want to win. I don't want to put myself out there too far as expecting too much out of me or out of our team either. I'd like to go into it with the same frame of mind that I normally go into it. We have the ability to win, but so does all the other teams. I think Jay Dodson said it best at the last tournament I was at. I believe he said that there are no best teams anymore. It's whoever comes in with the hot hand, and we all want that hot hand that day of, and just keep it going, and maybe somehow we just might be able to pull it off. And that's just the way I look at things. Yeah, I'm going to try my hardest to win in every match I play, and Phil's going to try his hardest. But at the end of the day, we're going to accept whatever happens, whether it's we go 0-2 or we don't lose any. We're going to accept it, and we're going to try to put on a good smile in front of the crowd, and then we can scream once we get out of front of everybody, I guess.
Absolutely. Who knows? Maybe we'll get treated to another hour and a half game between you and ACL Pro Cody Henderson this year. I remember that game vividly from last year. It was a marathon of a match.
Yes, that game has been brought up several times through the last year, and Cody Henderson is a dynamite player. He is, in my opinion, he is one of the best players. He's got every shot out there. Some of us, we may be able to play the game, but we're lacking. And I know where my weaknesses is. Cody hasn't got any weaknesses. So all you can do with him is hope that somehow he misses a shot, which he don't do often. And if I can play him an hour and a half, even if I come up losing, I'm going to be satisfied with that. How's that sound?
It sounds good to me. A class act as always. ACL Pro Damon Dennis. Damon, thank you for sitting down with me this week and talking some cornhole. And good luck in Pennsylvania. I'll see you in just a little under a month now.
Yes, thank you, Trey, and thank all the ACL staff and what they do once again. And we'll be seeing, and hopefully the bags just slide in the hole for us.
Absolutely. Thank you, Damon.
Yep. Bye-bye.
Damon Dennis, ladies and gentlemen, a class act in the cornhole community. If you haven't had a chance to chat with Damon before about the game or just about life, I encourage you to do so. He is not only an incredible player, but an incredible person as well. Thank you, Damon. Like I said, there's still time to register for the World Championships. You can go to app.iplayacl.com to register. Make sure you do that. If you register on site, it's going to cost you at least $10 per player per event. So make sure you get registered before you leave. Competitive and social divisions are getting close to selling out, so make sure you get registered. That is all the time that I got this week for the American Cornhole League. This has been Trey Ryder. We'll see you guys next week.